series of amplifier, Marshall wanted to create a line of amp that is inspired by their old Plexi single channel kind of amplifiers. And also they wanted to maintain a really affordable price. A big challenge for Marshall, I think. Did they do a nice job? Stay with me and we'll talk about it. There are different versions of this amplifier. I have here the 20H sent me by TLS, the Live Sound. It's an Italian guitar store. I leave you all the link in the description down below. The front panel is really simple. It features 3 different sections. The first one is the output section, the EQ section, and the gain control. It's a single channel amplifier, so you don't have a clean and a drive channel, but you have just one channel that you can use in a clean mode, so with low gain settings, and when you turn up the gain it will increase the distortion for more rock and aggressive tones. Even if today we have digital stuff, we have multi-channel amplifier, this approach, it's kind of old-fashioned, but this approach actually made the history of this brand and also many other brands, and also a lot of single-channel amplifier have been recorded in most of the glorious rock records that we love even today. Marshall amplifiers are really famous for their crunch and aggressive tones, but if you dial the gain in a lower setting, you can actually get some really nice, clean tones. Turning up the gain of the amplifier will get us the classic rock tones that I think we're really familiar with. Changing the guitar using humbuckers, this amplifier will deliver some nice hard rock tones that need no introduction. If that is not enough and you want more gain, you can of course put the gain on 10, and if it's not enough, you can pull the knob for a boost. And according to the official site, this kind of boost is inspired by the circuit of the 1959 Marshall Plexi, so the famous 100 watt Plexi Marshall. Personally, if I want to use a high gain tone, I would go in a different direction. I like better when the gain is not pulled and the knob is just around 8, but I use the Electro Harmonic Soul Food, but you can use whatever overdrive you like, and that helps me to cut some bass to make it a little bit more tight and way more aggressive. As I said before, the origin is really inspired by the old Marshall Plexi kind of amplifier, and I think you know that the old Marshall, actually you can still buy them today, but they have 4 inputs, 2 for the bright channel and 2 for the normal channel. And a lot of guitar players used to jump the 2 channels with a short cable in order to have the possibility to mix the normal and the bright channel. Here we have just 1 input, but this feature of mixing normal and bright channel is achievable with the tilt knob. So when you have the tilt knob in the 0 position, you have just normal channel basically, and when it's on 10, you have just the bright channel. Another important feature of the Marshall origin is the output selector switch. So you have a 3-way toggle. You can select high, mid or low output, and it selects 20, 3 or half of a watt. And this is possible by what Marshall calls the Powerstem. It's a proprietary technology that changes the voltage rails of the power amplifier. So it's not the usual changing between pentode and triode configuration that actually should change more the sound, but with this method probably the sound will be closer between the 3 different wattage selections. Of course, it's not easy when the volume changes a lot, like the previous example. It's not easy to understand if the sound is the same, so in Cubase I normalize the tracks in order to understand more if the wattage selection actually maintains the tone along the 3 different options or not. So on the back panel we'll find the different cabinet option that we can connect. We have an FX loop that actually is controllable with the foot switch. The foot switch jack here that actually controls, as I said, the FX loop and the gain boost that we talked about earlier, and then the DI output. And honestly, the DI output has already a built-in cabinet emulation, analog cabinet emulation, I think. This can be useful, but actually I would prefer to have a dry line out so I can use my 2 notes, for example, Cab M, to apply some IR. But anyway, if you need it, it's there. So what do I think about this amplifier? It's a single channel amplifier, so maybe it's not the best amplifier for a new guitar player that doesn't really know what to do. Because for me, amplifier like these ones, amplifier that work better when the player is a little bit more mature, because it's kind of an organic way to play. For me, it interacts with the guitar, with the drive pedal that I'm using in a more organic way. So you don't have the chance to have just a clean channel and a distorted channel just pressing a button. So even if the price is amazing, it's really affordable. If you're a young guitar player and you don't really know what you like to play, I don't know if this amp is the best amp for you. It's a great amp for any guitar player that want to play rock music. The clean sound is alright, but it's not a super clean sound. If you like that kind of tone, I'd rather buy a different amplifier. This amp is perfect if you want to have the signature Marshall tone, the Plexi Marshall tone, in a really affordable way. I think it's a really amazing bang for the buck, because the tone that I could get are unreal for this price, and these tones really remind me of a true Marshall Plexi amplifier. It's also really lightweight, so when we have the chance to play live again, it will be a great way to have a nice crunchy Marshall tone without having the pain of moving some really heavy amplifier. So I think it's a great one. I'd like to try the 50 watt version, because I think that the 20 watt, like most of the 20 watt amplifier, are a little bit saggy. It's not a bad thing, but for me, that I'm more like of a rock guitar player, I like to have an amplifier that is tighter and a little bit more fast, let's say, on the attack. So this is an amazing choice if you want to play the blues rock kind of tone, and it's great on rock tones as well. If you, I really liked the tone that I could get using the overdrive as well. But I think that suits even better for the blues rock kind of player. So if you like JTM 45 kind of tone, maybe this amp is closer to that sound instead of a 100 watt Plexi Marshall. But anyway, I really like this amplifier, and I think that for the price it's unbelievable. So Marshall did a great job, because there are not a lot of different choice in the market if you want to have that Marshall crunchy tone in an affordable way. So great job, Marshall. I really like this amplifier. So if you want to buy this amp or many other guitar related stuff, you can check out TLS, The Live Sound. I leave you all the link in the description down below. If you like the video, please press the like button and subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss any other future video. And that's all for today, guys. Ciao!